Take a look at this photo. If this moment could be reenacted, who would President Obama be? First guess that many people make? Martin Luther King. But in this picture, President Obama is actually President Johnson. Now, it's not that it's wrong to think that King still has a place beside President Obama. All presidents need kings, in the plural. They need active social movements to hold them accountable and to give our leaders the leverage they actually need to make bold change. The vote is just a blunt instrument. Protest can produce more defined outcomes. Protest has to be initiated by the electorate. Without it, there is no basis for change. With me now to discuss voice and vote is Rev Al Sharpton, Bill Schneider, Senior Fellow at Third Way, and, I'm so excited, Rebecca Walker, author of Black Cool. Thank you all for being with me here at the table. Rev Sharpton, I want to start with you because you have been really on all sides of the protest to politics question. You are both iconic as a figure in the question of protest. You, of course, ran for President of the United States. How do we at this moment strike the right balance with a friend in the White House? As part of what I point out about LBJ, he was a friend to civil rights, with a friend in the White House to issues that you are concerned about, and yet with a recognition of the continuing importance of social movements on the ground?
Well, you know, a couple of things. One, I think that having a friend does not mean that you can assume the friend is supposed to lead the movement to themselves. And I think that President Obama must operate in the given social climate that he is president.
Sure.
And that one of the reasons we're doing this march is not to commemorate. This is not a commemoration march. We have new challenges with the vote ID laws, with ending early voting, with ending same-day registration.
Yep.
They are actively suppressing the vote now.
Right.
So we're doing it on the anniversary, but we're dealing with the issues now. Out of that climate setting, then it gives the climate for President Obama to do what a Johnson did. The story that I was told, I was too young to know Dr. King well, but I knew Mrs. King well, was that when President Johnson brought Dr. King to the White House late 64, Nobel Prize winner saluting him.
Right.
Dr. King said, well, this is all well and good, but we need the right to vote. And President Johnson said, I just got the Civil Rights Act bill through,
and he was like, and?
64. He says, I don't know if I can do it. Dr. King said, I know how to do it. And that's when they went south and started marching and created the climate.
That's right.
And I'm so happy, Mellissa, that you made it clear. It is wrong to assume the mantle of Dr. King went to President Obama. The mantle of Kennedy and Johnson went to Obama. He's a president.
That's right.
He's not a civil rights leader. There are others that must fill the mantle of Dr. King and bring the pressure to the White House. But he did not become the answer to Dr. King. He became the extension of a president.
And actually,